people see SB19 and think they already understand them. They think, this is just another boy group. Just hype from fans. Just a local act. But these assumptions are exactly why SB19 keeps shocking people, again and again. Because the truth is, SB19 isn't underestimated by accident. They're underestimated because most people never look closely enough. And today, we're breaking down why SB19 is often overlooked, and why that's a massive mistake. But before we dive in, please do well to hit like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and it lets me know you want more deep dives like this. Now, let's get into it. One of the main reasons SB19 is underestimated is simple: people put them in a box. Many casual viewers hear their name and immediately that label sticks, people stop paying attention. They assume it's all manufactured, that the members are just following orders. But that's not the case. SB19 doesn't just perform, they create. They write their songs, shape their sound, and help plan their performances. Every choice, every move, reflects their own vision. They're true artists, and that's why underestimating them is such a mistake. A lot of people don't realize just how much SB19 is involved in what they do. They're not just performing music, they're creating it, shaping it, and making it their own. It's not just about singing on stage. From writing their songs to composing the music, from planning the concepts to making decisions about how they perform, these guys are deeply involved in every step. Pablo writes lyrics, but the rest of the members also contribute ideas. They fight for their sound, their message, and their identity. Every choice is theirs, not something handed down from someone else. That kind of involvement puts them in a completely different league, but because they don't constantly broadcast it, most people don't see it. SB19 doesn't need to shout, "Look at us." They let the work speak for itself. And that's exactly why people sometimes underestimate them. They see the performance, but they miss the effort behind it. Another reason people underestimate SB19 is because their success didn't happen overnight. They didn't launch with huge privilege or instant global recognition. What they have now, they earned through hard work, persistence, and resilience. They trained for years, perfecting their vocals and choreography. They faced rejection, criticism, and moments of doubt, just like any artist trying to make it big. Some people hear that and think, if they were really that good, they'd have blown up faster. But that kind of thinking misses the point. SB19 growth wasn't given to them, it was earned step by step. And when success comes from consistent effort rather than hype, it's easy for people to undervalue it, until the moment comes when it's impossible to ignore. SB19 doesn't rely on flashy tricks or gimmicks to grab attention. They don't use excessive props, flashy effects, or unnecessary distractions. They don't need to hide behind anything. What they bring to the stage is something much rarer: precise choreography, live vocals, complete control, and an undeniable presence. They perform like artists who truly respect the craft, and that's exactly what sets them apart. The challenge is, in a world where louder, flashier performances often get noticed first, SB19 discipline can be mistaken for simplicity. But if you really pay attention, watch their timing, their stamina, how perfectly synchronized every move is, you quickly realize this isn't average. This is elite-level performance, the kind that only comes from years of hard work and dedication. Some people listen to an SB19 song once and think they've heard everything. That's a big mistake. Their music doesn't always reveal its full depth on the first listen, it grows on you the more you pay attention. Take songs like Mappa, What, Gento, Bazinga, or Damn. On the surface, they're catchy and easy to enjoy. But listen closely, and you'll notice they're layered with meaning. They explore themes like family, identity, struggle, pressure, pride, and growth. Every song carries a story, an emotion, a message that goes beyond just the beat or the hook. The tricky part is, the music hits you first with energy and rhythm, so some listeners never stop to hear the message underneath. SB19 doesn't spoon-feed everything, they trust the listener to meet them halfway and uncover the meaning themselves. And because of that, it's easy for people to underestimate them, thinking it's just another pop song. SB19 is one of those groups that's really hard to put into a single sentence. You can't just label them as commercial or underground, local or global, they exist somewhere in between all of that. They have the ability to fill huge arenas and still make every fan feel like they're being seen personally. They can celebrate Filipino culture without it ever feeling forced or superficial. At the same time, their music and performances resonate with audiences all over the world, proving they can connect globally while staying true to who they are. The challenge is, when an artist doesn't fit a neat, easy-to-understand narrative, people often overlook them. It takes time for the full picture to sink in. But when it finally does, the impact becomes impossible to ignore, and that's exactly what's happening with SB19. Ask any audience why SB19 matters, and the answer is always more than just hype or excitement. It's not about following trends or jumping on the latest bandwagon, it goes way deeper than that. Fans talk about the respect they have for the group's work ethic, the admiration for their humility, the connection they feel to their honesty, and the pride in what SB19 represents, not just for Filipino music, but for Filipino culture as a whole. SB19 didn't build their fan base by chasing whatever was popular or by trying to fit into someone else's idea of success. They built it slowly, step by step, by being consistent, being real, and always giving their best in everything they do. That kind of loyalty from fans, it doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It comes from years of hard work, staying true to themselves, and showing up for their supporters over and over again, no matter what challenges came their way. SB19 is already proving over and over that they can perform on any stage, connect with fans across cultures, and grow as artists without ever losing who they are. They're not out here trying to convince anyone. They're simply doing the work, day after day, and letting the results speak for themselves. And there's a lesson in that. History shows us that artists who focus on their craft, who stay true to themselves, and who keep improving usually last longer than the noise around them, the hype, the trends, the critics. So if SB19 is still underestimated today, that just means their story isn't finished yet. When the full picture finally clicks, people will realize they weren't watching just another group. They were witnessing something truly special from the very beginning. So, there you have it, guys. You can now clearly deduce that SB19 isn't just a boy group. They're artists, creators, performers, and storytellers who earn every bit of the recognition they get. Underestimating them doesn't take anything away from them, it only keeps people from seeing the full picture. If you've been sleeping on SB19, now's the time to pay attention. Watch closely, listen carefully, and you'll see why they've earned their place on the global stage. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next one.